Hey guys, Marco's here with Miami Shooters Club. Here with Ryan, we're going to demonstrate some technique, okay? So first of all, we're going to go over how to access a firearm on the ground. Now, whenever you're dealing with a hand-to-hand situation where we're fist fighting, okay? For me to pull up my gun and use deadly force, there's very specific criteria when it's legally allowed and when it's considered, the right response. And for the purpose of this video, I don't want to get into all that right now. We're going to operate under the assumption that I am in a situation where I should and legally am allowed to go for deadly force in a hand-to-hand situation, okay? Because there is a lot of criteria involved. So we're gonna just assume I can right now, and we're gonna talk about how to get to my gun on the ground. Now we have classes that deal with him wrestling with me and me having to get to my gun from this position and the different things I have to deal with. We also have situations where he has the gun and I'm disarming it from him. But this situation, I'm on the ground with him on top of me. Now how am I on the ground? Maybe he punched me, sucker punched me, and I got dropped. Okay, now he's jumping on top of me to finish me. Maybe I tripped on something in the scuffle. Maybe I just fell, lost balance. Maybe he's a wrestler, he takes me down. So then you take a boom, and we're here on the ground now. Now, I'm not going to get into a martial arts prior lesson here, but basically, this position here is called the guard. You see a lot in the UFC, and this is a position that protects me by pulling him in with my legs so I can wrap him up to prevent the hits, okay? So, this is a good position to be in, and I'm going to start our moves today from here. So now I'm here, he's trying to kill me, I'm in danger for my life, and I have a gun on me. So, am I going to try to go like this and get it? He's going to go for that right away. Now, right now, he don't know I have a gun on me, okay? When I come like this, by the way, this is a fake gun, okay? When I expose this and I go like that, you don't have to be trained. He's gonna go for this as hard as he can here. Now, from your vantage point, keep your hand there, who's stronger from here? My arm in this position or his two arms and all his body weight on top? He's in stronger position, and he's more likely to take that gun away from me and use it against me, okay? The guy that's trained me a lot in combatives, Chad LeBron, he's a black belt and he trains the FBI, he does a lot of high-level training. He has an expression where he says, in martial arts, we say position before submission, meaning that if I want to get an arm lock on Ryan here, I have to be in the right position first to apply the lock. In combatives and gunfighting, we say position before acquisition of the firearm. This position here is not the right position for me to acquire my firearm. So there's a couple of things you can do to get in the right position. So a simple technique is to create space. Okay, if he's like backed up like this trying to punch me, I can just push away from here, put my feet on his hips, and now I can access my gun from here. Try to grab my gun. He can't really get to it. Okay, and if he does get to it, okay, grab it. I could use this to push him away to shoot. One thing I don't want to do is if he stands up on me, I don't want to get too excited and punt him off of me. Because now there's an X factor. He may come around this way, he may come around that way. He may dive in like Superman and catch me with a punch. But when he's on my hips, most likely he's going to stay there trying to drive into me. And from right here, I'm firing. Okay? I'm in what we call the retention position. I'm trying to fire higher than low. Why? Because my legs are in front of me. Whenever I'm in a position like this, there is a chance of shooting my own leg. It's kind of like, pick your own poison kind of situation. If he's hitting me with such force that's potentially killing me, or if he has a knife on him, okay, he's trying to stab me, okay, I'm going to be pushing him away so he can't get to me and trying to shoot from here. Another approach to this, from the guard, if creating space is not ideal for you, like maybe he's burying himself in deep here, and if you're not, for guys that have experience training in submission grappling and whatnot, we're good at creating space and using the shin shields here to create space and get to our gun. But if you're not trained a lot and using your hips and your guard, you may, if he's not sitting up for you, because a lot of people can do, but if he's tight to you here, you might have a tough time creating space. I mean, you can still do it, like I said, with the shin shield, but if you're not familiar with the guard, another way of doing this is with the Kimura lock, okay? So the Kimura lock, this is a submission hold, and the way it looks like is from right here, okay? This is where he taps out from here. But we're going to use it differently in this situation. We use it to get to our gun. So what I'm going to do is, his hands are in the mat. If they're not, I'll push it out. Or if he's burying himself tight into me, I'll push his head to the side so he stays here. I'm going to grab the wrist, open my guard, put one foot in the mat, sit up high right here, and just grab my own wrist. Now, there's I can come here, apply the lock, break the arm. After I break the arm, I'm going to throw the arm behind my head like so. So from here, I break the arm, I throw it behind my head, and I keep control of this tricep here, okay? And now, controlling that tricep, I'm going to turn to my side, expose my gun here, pull it out, and come to the head here. Now, whenever you make a close contact shot, you don't want the gun, if you can come around the camera, you don't want the gun actually touching the head, because if the slide goes back just a little tiny bit from the pressure against his head, the gun will be called out of battery and the trigger won't go off. It won't shoot. This has to be completely flush here. So if you're excited and you hit him, just back away like an inch. So you touch and get away an inch, and from here's your shot. Okay? You gotta be aware of where that shot placement is, because if I don't want to shoot potentially, into my own arm. Like if I come like this, the bullet may go through his head and hit my elbow. So just be aware of where that shot placement is, right there, pump. So one more time from the top. Okay, so we're here, I come up, I did it too fast, I'm sorry, instinct. I push the head out of the way, I sit up, foot comes down, grabbing the wrist, scoop my butt back, grab my own wrist. Bring the arm in like an L, take the wrist towards his head, break his arm. I mean, in training, obviously, you're just tapping him out. But in a street fight, for survival, I break the arm. Once the arm's broken, I throw it behind my head, grab onto the tricep there, cut my hip to expose my gun, access it, touch an inch away. Bing. That's some of the stuff that we work on in our ground combatives classes, guys, where we go through all kinds of situations on the ground and how to get to your gun from situations. Right now, we were working me being on bottom guard, but what if he's on top side control? What if he's mounted on me? What if I'm on top of him instead of him being on top of me? Maybe I'm the one that had to take him down, and now I'm in his guard, and I need to get to my firearm. So whenever you guys get an opportunity to take our ground combatives class, definitely jump on it. But for now, those are two cool concepts there: the concept of space creation and using the Kimura to set up the access to your gun. So hit us up, guys, for more information. You can visit our website at MiamiShootersClub.com. You can also text or call us at 305-551-0100. And if you're seeing this on social media, hit share and like, drop a comment. And if you guys have any questions, message me. You can also email me, marcos@avalon.com. And just send me your name and phone number. We'll give you a call with more information. Thanks.